It happened to me too. I had to jump out of there. I bailed. Um, so we ready to get started?
Let's do it.
All right, awesome. So tons of stuff to go on. Do we have? I guess maybe we should do a quick recap. Um, just for new people, just in case there's new people. I haven't really looked because, but you know, um, all in all, I know there's been a lot of the new members that have joined up from some of the Twitter work and some of the stuff that's going on from a promo standpoint. Have asked, hey, I just don't know enough about what an AMA is or Discord or even how to get wallets and things like that. So one of the things that we wanted to make sure everybody knew is that you know our club is really about bridging kind of the old investment world with the new one. It's venture cap meets crypto lifestyle, and in a real way, even multimillionaires, that we've worked with in the past just don't understand, the way digital wallets work yet. The difference between trust wallets and so forth. So the club's really a safe space to come and use the tools that we've put together, in an environment where we can help. And there's a club and a community that are all willing to help you learn and to help, people as they move forward. From a standpoint of, just simple questions like, um, like, how do I deposit into my, exchange wallet or whatever that might be. There's a host of people inside this family that are willing to help you. So that's, I think, the first and most important point, about being a member of a club, especially one that is focused on, uh, you know, growing from a standpoint of learning, and everybody's continually learning here, so you don't have to worry about asking any questions. There's no stupid question at all. So don't
Yeah, you're
feel
also you're also talking about a landscape that shifts quite a bit, from time to time. So some of the questions you might have, other people might have. So it could be helpful, for everybody to get a refresher every now and again.
Yeah, absolutely. And quite frankly, again, this is the very bleeding edge of finance, at the end of the day. But the way we're refocusing NFTs, and pairing them with the tokens, is all geared toward VC and venture cap and really funding projects, with new and creative ways. I mean, we talked to a project that we're doing here with some pretty heavy hitters, and they had said, well, can we really put, one of these investment contracts into an NFT? Have people done it in the past? And like the answer is, yeah, no. We're the first ones doing it, so we can't take somebody else's template. But can we do it? Yeah, absolutely. So we are, there are no stupid questions, and there's and we are, all learning at the same time. So as we move forward here, so it's just, it's a fun time, but we really are in the pioneering stages of what we're building. And that's why we put all the tools together. There's a safe exchange with low exchange, costs and fees associated with it. And we've got the NFT exchange, we've got the crypto wallets, and so forth. And so we're able to help people, instead of them just being out in oblivion with a name, list, faceless, bot that responds to your questions. We're all here to help you use all these tools and stuff. So I think that's the first and most important thing. Did you have anything to add to that, Bill?
No, I think that's right. But I think, again, if everybody can do their part, and everybody has, right? I mean, there's so much on a daily basis that people step up and speak to, that helps other people, helps us, helps the club itself grow. It really is. It's really fun for me to see the club actually, really functioning like a club.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So anyway, so I just wanted to get that out of the way. So new members, welcome. New Discord members welcome, and we look forward to a long relationship with you, and hope you get to go down to Miami and listen to Bo talk about why clubs are great in crypto. We like clubs for a lot of different reasons, but I think in crypto it applies, specifically for the reasons we just mentioned, along with some others, the power that we have to bring transactions and deals and new NFTs, to you. So,
Well,
there's a lot.
speaking of clubs, if anybody on here is a member or a user of Dex Tools or some of these other things, if you want to go on there and give us a thumbs up or a like or whatever the appropriate nomenclature is there, that would help the club out a lot. I mean, we've jumped quite a few points on there this week because some of the activity and but every bit helps. So if people want to jump on there, again, if you're already exist in that world, jump on and throw a thumbs up. That helps the whole club. It'll help AWRT a lot, which a lot of people are large holders of.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and to that end, AWRT and the AWRT project is really going promotional now. As we go through and we incubate these new deals, we've got them. They go through different stages. So they start out as a friends and family discount, so that people can get them at a massive discount. Basically the very, very beginning launch, of the project that we pick and invest in from a venture capital standpoint. And then it moves to the next level. It moves from friends and family, which is roughly a 30% discount, to onward and upward. That's each one of those levels is a different stage in the development of that investment, until they are finally ready to kind of go out on their own onto third-party exchanges, be promoted on things like Uniswap and what we would consider, in the old world, basically like an IPO, or the initial public offering. So from our standpoint, of course, we're not dealing with securities, so we consider it something a little different, but it's an exciting time nonetheless, and it's promotional. And you're going to see a whole lot more advertising and a whole lot more of the kind of the power of the VC stuff that we work on, come to bear here over the next couple of weeks. So we're excited about it. We're adding to our own exchange as well. We don't just envision that as something for incubation, which it surely is. But it is also the best tool out there. We like it because you can stack orders. You can see the depth, the order depth, and the charting is solid, and we can control the fees. So you get the cheapest fees from that perspective, and that's why we can get 8-figure players coming in, to participate, which we do have. We've been waiting for some P&Ls, some functionality on the exchange to be added, downloading P&Ls for particular issuances or tokens and so forth, so that you can track and report trade history. So as we add these different functions, it makes it more it makes it more of a professional tool for professional investors, which is how we go from being, $100 million worth of put away on the exchange to being hundreds of millions, as we move forward. And we can do that with the relationships that we have with different family offices, different, direct investors and so forth that we've worked with for a couple decades now. So, there's a lot of professional, investment power inside of this deal. And that's part of the other reason to be part of the club, because you're really able to be in an area where you've got true professional VC, true professional angel investors. Aside from some of the newer guys who are professional crypto players, and there's a whole lot that we have to learn, from that side of the fence, and we have been learning, and we appreciate it, and people help us out, as well, because when even though the names have changed, some of the things are the same. We look at things as market making. Crypto calls it liquidity pools. There's a ton of different things that'll never change. But there are some things that are completely different, like value propositions and things of that nature. When we build a deal or we invest in a deal, we invest in a time to market project, which means that, it's already has legs, it has had its investment, and it's gone through its, its development and trials, and it's ready to actually promote and go to market. So it's an actual product that'll sell if you put money behind it, right? Or it's an actual project that'll launch with just the right, just the right push. That's what we look for, and ultimately, I think that I think that the crypto world, tends to be a little different. Like they'll launch the token, promote it, and then find the project and hope they can close some tech or something. I don't know. Like there might be a loose idea that comes together eventually. And I'm not saying that that's all crypto, but it seems to be, pump, pump, pump. And then hurry up and make sure there's a business model. So we're a little different from that perspective. So things take a little bit more time because, like for example, with Velocity, Auto Concierge or the Velocity token, there's real cars and real relationships in that deal. HQ Express has a real 250,000 square foot, model building for industrial flex space. There's real projects from that perspective, and even Leonardian, Reboot is a project that is has already had legs of 40,000 registered players in that space, and so for gig work. So it's a little different. However, that doesn't mean that we're not also going to take advantage of being promotional. So we are going to add that piece. It's just we've got a solid foundation as well. So if there are crypto regulations that slow volume or try to constrain withdrawals or whatever it might be, we don't have to stress because we've got the time because of the underlying value of the businesses, to be able to navigate, new regulatory environments and, handle the filings that are necessary, which we're all very capable of doing, on this side from our professional acumen, being able to, being able to do the filings that are necessary and, navigate that world. So we're excited, from that perspective. And, but I think that kind of gives you an idea of, what we're about and how we're a little different. It helps to be able to club up in that environment, and, build some wonderful stuff. AWRT is a project that powers our metaverse. That token will buy different NFTs on our NFT exchange. It'll allow you to check out and buy press, for different projects. You'll be able to spend AWRT and really promote it, whereas AWB is a token that is more of a dividend type of a model or a reward model, which by simply owning it, it gives you rights to the dividend distributions that are coming or the rewards that are coming. In this case, those rewards are going to be HQ Express next, and then they're going to be Velocity, at the same time. So those are the two new tokens, and the record date for that is going to be Friday the 18th. So everybody who has AWB that wants to receive their due share of those tokens will need to have their AWB in their exchange wallets, their AWC exchange wallets, by that Friday at 11:59, and then the distributions will begin. So pretty exciting from that perspective. And you don't have to do anything else. Simply by owning AWB, you get your new issuance deposited right into your exchange account. So.
Yeah, well, that's that's going to be a fun day because it looks like we'll be out with the new Amiga pages by then. Which is going to be another big exciting project. Both from a NFT, metaverse, and an AWRT perspective. Of course, we're going to be looking at AWRT from the in-app use case there on some of the games, our metaverse. is largely influenced by the by Amiga games, and then of course the NFT is just going to be a really wild and fun project. That's ultimately going to fund bringing some of those classic video games to the mobile and digital age. And I think that that's just going to bring a lot of exposure to everything else that we're doing, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun along the way, and we're certainly already learning a ton about how, even though those are older video games, they're much more detailed and complicated than you might think or might have thought.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, and some of us remember playing them.
Yeah.
Some of us don't, but some of us don't, which is scary to me. But some of us remember playing them, and they were great games. So the cool thing is AWRT is going to be functional throughout that entire environment. One, Amiga is going to play into our metaverse. So, for example, you can see that if you go to our YouTube, you can see that Monkey Island itself is represented, in the shape and spirit of the initial land launch, and you're going to be able to buy that land with AWRT. You're going to be able to spend AWRT in the Amiga arcade environment and bet it back and forth, peer to peer, on different games that you might play or different tournaments that you might be able to win more tokens as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun from that perspective as we kind of flex the abilities of AWRT and the utility. So it'll be a blast from that perspective. And Amiga is just it. I think we have over 100. How many titles that?
Yeah, it's over 100 titles right now. I'm told that's really a starting point. So we should be able to expand that. But think about it too. From that perspective, every single one of those games is filled with scenes. It's filled with characters. It's filled with challenges, and things that just add more and more depth and breadth to the metaverse creations. And really, we get to play in a part of a worldwide industry that's growing from 170 billion to 350 billion, according to what analysts are saying. So I mean, it's just a massive, massive space. It's important for the club to be in it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're in it in a couple different ways. We've got holdings in Overland. We have holdings in Neo Tokyo, Wilder World, Sandbox. We've got some, of course, of our own build out, and we're going to be offering our own initial land, purchases. So you'll be able to get your land, founders land NFTs, so that you can stake your claim to the metaverse. I guess, Bo, that's planned before we go to the conference, right? In
Yeah,
Miami.
yeah, that should all be up here. Before we go to Miami.
Yeah. So, and like you said, I mean, the characters, each one of these games are up for grabs. The storyboard for this thing is really exciting. So it's very cool. A lot of really brilliant people. In the beginning of all game development, we're working on Amiga and some of these games. So there's a lot of cool storylines that we already have we can use, and then on top of that, of course, we've got our own. So from a character development, being able to get a character for yourself, so that you have an avatar inside the metaverse too. That's coming, and so are cars and different things like that. So it's going to be really
think about it from this perspective, right? How many of these NFT and metaverse launches are being done just from flat-footed go, right? So no history, no following, no fan base. We're talking about taking. This is bad math here because it's like 40 years when you think about it. Some of these games are 30, 40 years old. But, fan bases that, have a nostalgic value in the retro gaming and all that. So, you already have a built-in couple million people who will remember, playing these things and doing it. And it's a great crossover asset. Like we've talked about the club all the time. We're kind of crossing over old world and new world. This is a great asset. Similar to how Scrap is a great asset in that regard, right? Where you have old world meets new world. Certainly in this environment, silver, gold, platinum, palladium, those are good assets to be around. You know, depending
Yeah.
on where we're going from here.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a lot of different choices, a lot of different tools, a lot of different products that you can choose from. But from the metaverse perspective, the Amiga perspective, I think that we will have actually the testing on the console, which is the kind of the piece that allows it to be played either in the metaverse or on our own servers. That was tested today, and I think we're good. That my phone or yours there, Bo?
I think it's my computer.
Oh, okay. Um, anyway, so that's tested, and it looks like we should be ready to have some tournaments here soon. Again, Shadow Fighter is the first one we've been working on, and we've had a couple emulators and so forth that were glitchy. And couldn't hold the number of players that we wanted and so forth. So now I think we've solved all that. So that should be coming shortly. So we're pretty excited about that. I think that'll for sure will be done for Miami. So
Yeah, and again, think about it going back to use case and all that. People coming on, being able to use, spend, win AWRT is going to be massive. At the same time, we're going to be taking those characters, and bringing them into an NFT and metaverse launch. The very same characters that you've either just started playing with, if you're younger, or you've been playing with for some time. I mean, I'm telling you, I think it's going to be a great project.
yeah, it's fun. Well, there's no question about it. It definitely will be. And the other side of that is, I guess one thing we should mention is that this is all great, for the crypto lifestyle side of our club. So part of our club, you mentioned Scrap and you mentioned all, AWRT and so forth. We have like, the things that are out there that, are pretty promotional and fun and game like. And then we have some safer products like AWB or Scrap, which you can use to buy gold and detach yourself from fiat, right? But the point here is that anytime that you also recommend somebody or get somebody else to buy something, with your refer code, you will get 10% or whatever the percentage is that's been set for those particular offerings. But you'll be able to earn. So, if we're looking at a $25 million asset inside of Amiga for the club, 2.5 of that's going right back to the members. Because for the most part, those guys have used their referral code, or they've referred somebody new and they've bought. So, and we're going to really ramp up the depth of those. Of that affiliate process. So that's coming. We're working, kind of as we speak, on that front to really
So
make that a fun NFT, experience as well. So
yeah, I mean, and to that end, look with GiveBucks, I know that's been around a little while, and I guess it's been a little while since we've had Ken on and had an opportunity to speak. But one of the really unique things about buying crypto with GiveBucks is, a lot of people talk about, well, what are what's the charity wallet look like, and how does that work, and where does that money go, and what's the charity? Is that something that I care or support? Well, with GiveBucks, if you buy with GiveBucks, you actually get the opportunity to allocate where the charity you want to support. You can buy all of our cryptos using GiveBucks, not GiveBucks Reward, but GiveBucks the app. And when you do that, you can say, okay, I'm going to get a certain percentage back, and I'm going to use that to support my charity. Which is just a wonderful tool to be able to do. And if your charity is not on GiveBucks, then you can sign them up, and there's all kinds of incentives for you to do that.
Yeah, exactly. When we did the deal with GiveBucks, it was with them being our real charitable, gateway, in mind. That's part of the reason and part of the attractiveness of the project from Go. On top of that, it's a merchant service, and and sky's the limit. With that wallet, the technology's solid, and it's true time to market. There's no question about it. So there's a lot of work that's being done from the organizations of churches and so forth that are being added, and that we're talking to about partnering. Other nonprofits and so forth, as well. So again, sky's the limit with that. So it's pretty exciting stuff there too.
Yeah, and I think I brought this up on the last call, but Alfonso, you and I really even had too much of a chance to talk about it. But there are some things that are happening in the Ukraine that we're involved with. That from a charity perspective, I think we'll have an update next week to be able to talk to everybody on here if you're interested in participating and helping some folks out, over there, from everything from basic necessities to helmets and bulletproof vests for people who are trying to help people behind the lines there. So, but we will get on that and have that a little bit more coordinated next week.
Sounds good. So also we have a lot of giveaways coming. We've got a lot of contests. Part of the promotional stuff that we're working on, involves lots of opportunities for people to win, and a lot of new cool tech, that will help you from standpoint being able to refer new people, even just like in a gamified type of environment. So that's coming, as well. You'll see some new websites and so forth that are club, you know, club landing pages, basically, that are powered by our tech. So it'll be pretty exciting this coming week as that stuff launches, and you have opportunities to win major prizes and major rewards, for just a little bit of work. And we're going to continue with the growing, obviously all the socials. We're also integrating with Leonardian. So all of the partially, that's an interesting D app that was building a marketplace on the blockchain before they had hiccup. The cool thing is, it's all that tech is still in hand. So we're able to reboot that, and everything's been moved over to our servers. There's over 40,000 registered people in the project.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and the social medias are pretty big, YouTube and so forth. I think there's 10,000 on YouTube, or is it 9,000 or what?
It's about 10,000, give or take, and again, all of that will be getting going here soon.
Yeah.
So to answer that question, KG, yes, Leon is live on the exchange now, correct?
Leon's live. It's up at $1. I think is where it launched on our exchange, and we're going to be giving away 1,000 tokens after this AMA. I think we're going to do that. Try that wheel spin tech again.
This time, I promise I won't shout out the answer as it's happening.
Yeah. But what we're going to do, like we had said, by owning the members only NFTs and owning certain other NFTs, you'll get priority for whitelists and early minting of NFTs as we bring on new artists and new movies and things of that nature. So you're going to want to just hold on to those because they're always going to have utility for you. And tonight's a good example. I think in the last Friday AMA, we gave away that Trillion Satama. Is that what it was? A Trillion?
No. Last week we gave away, I think it was 100 billion.
Oh, 100 billion. Okay. Well, And this week we're giving away, the 1,000 Leon. Same deal. If you own a members only NFT, you're already, registered in the wheel to win. And that's just one example. And these prizes and rewards are fun, but they're gonna get really exciting as we move forward here. So, and we're gonna add other ways to do it other than just the wheel as well. So, pretty exciting.
Yeah. All right. So next on the agenda, do you want to do an update on? I think everybody has seen these web landing pages for the tokens and all that coming out. I think on this next one, and if our web guys on, they might shoot me, but I think we'll be right on time to be able to get those out right around the same time. But the next ones that'll be out to keep an eye out for is going to be the Give Bucks one, so that should be coming out in the next few days. So keep an eye out for that. I would say that'll probably be Monday, Tuesday by the time that's live. But like I said, I mean, really interesting, because it allows the purchaser in ways to be able to take control of their charitable wallet, which I think is a cool feature. On top of plenty of other utility in that project.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Any other questions, Bo? I mean, we have. I know we've got a ton going on. We've got a lot happening as we prepare for Miami as well. We got the Lambo down there getting rewrapped, so we should have. It might be interesting to let people kind of, or do we want to reveal that at the conference?
I think revealing it at the conference is a lot of fun. I think that wrap is exciting. I know that the Pennsylvania, and you kept trying to come out. You kept trying to go like 50 Shades of Beige with it. So, I think the final design will be fun.
We
ready to reel.
We have the Pennsylvania Dutch here. I was just sticking with the pure black. That was
I know. Yeah,
nothing shiny.
Just like I said, it wasn't even 50 Shades of Gray. You guys were going 50 Shades of Beige on that design. But we got a very loud Miami wrap company that's doing it, and I think they're going to do I know they're going to do a fantastic job, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun, especially at that show. That there's just going to be a ton going on, and KG and a couple other people we're looking into. We do get a discount to get tickets and stuff to the show, so if you're in the area, we're happy to jump into that. Oh, that's a good question, Chad. All right, so what's the Leonardian supply and what's the contract address?
Did we not put that out there yet? I thought we did.
I think we put it out there on this type of thing, but we'll get that out to everybody. We'll put that up in the.
Why don't we put that on something of something under their projects on the website, maybe something like that. We'll get it out there.
Yeah, on the token side.
Yeah, it's something in the hundreds of millions, not in the trillions, and it's a high dollar project. So we're not looking at zeros and a one on it. We're looking at probably like I said, we're starting at $1. So and I like that model, for a bunch of different reasons for some of these projects, like they're real estate backed or things like that. If they actually, moving forward here. So, but that actually brings up a good point too. Don't forget USHX will be announcing their house giveaway. And we'll tell you how those NFTs pair with your USHX tokens to be able to participate in projects that are real estate backed with the NFT involved, right? So again, NFT and token pairing, is really the model that we're using moving forward. And the other thing that I wanted to mention too, on top of some of the other exchange changes that will be coming, like P&Ls and different badges for levels and so forth. There's also going to be some other things coming, from a functional standpoint, that we're looking at now, and I think we're testing it now. Might be in test phase for staking, so that when we go through the Mad Hatter VIP staking process, you're actually moving tokens to the staking wallet on your exchange. So that's exciting too. And it's one of these things that was recommended by members to make it easier for them from an accounting standpoint and a timing standpoint. And so we're moving from the database model, to an actual wallet staking model on our exchange. So pretty exciting.
Yeah. All right. Hang on one second. Let me.
The
All
other
right, well,
thing is we have,
yep.
yeah, sorry, we have we've got some other tokens being listed Sunday to Monday night. So you'll see, I think that's when Bell will be on, and I think we're adding a few on top of.
Verify though that's not that's not the way we typically do things. These are just new tokens to the exchange. They're not coming through the AWB process, because I know that question come up earlier.
So the only ones that are, coming. Well, if you mean project
Yep.
tokens, difference
In
between
other words,
project.
yeah, they're not project tokens that people are going to get 2,000 for one, and
Right.
you know.
Right, exactly. So as part of everything that we're doing, you're going to see a lot of new stuff that you can trade on the exchange, like that are not project tokens. Just a lot of the people who are coming over that are professional traders have requested, that we have some of the stuff they're active in, represented there. So that's being added, and of course, you guys as members, if there's stuff you're trading elsewhere that you wish you could trade right on our exchange for cheaper, fees, let us know, and we'll look at putting that on the agenda as well. So, the point here is we want to grow that exchange, to a 500,000,000 in short order, and really have solid volume there, that makes it a destination that other tokens and so forth want to come to, not just for incubation and for venture cap and angel investors, but for liquidity. So at the same time that we're promoting our tokens, out there on third party exchanges, we'll be promoting our own exchange, too, and we're doing that. We're just doing it from a ground floor up, perspective, which we're adding professional investors, venture capital, angel investors, and family offices to begin with. So that process has already started, and so we should see some nice growth here, and that's why we're adding all these new tokens.
Yeah. All right. This next week is going to be a big week. So we're going to start to see some of the early promo stuff for like the coming soon and the whitelist sign up and that kind of thing for some of the Amiga and HQ Express. Anything else that people should be on the lookout? Oh, well, look, here's the other side of what we're trying to get going here as we push, is we're trying to get the Discord. We've upped the goal since we surpassed the original goal. So now we've upped it to 1,000. So if everybody on the Discord invites, 3 friends on here, then we get to that number. So that's that I think we want to try to do over the next week and a half, so that when
we're all ears.
although we are excited for all the above.
Yeah, we definitely are. Yeah, we are. We are. I'm sure you're excited to give a talk.
Definitely. I'm ready for my next real log talk.
Yeah, right. And I've got my questions ready for you.
Good.
So I'm gonna be in the audience, and I'll be that guy. So
You're gonna be the plant.
No, not yeah. I'm gonna make it better for you.
Good. Good. All right. So are we doing the wheel thing on the now, or are we going to post that
Yeah.
afterward? Is
So I
Yeah.
have the wheel ready. I can't share it. We've tried multiple times. It won't share my screen. So what I'm going to do right now is I will do the screen record, announce it, and share it. Or should I just do the screen record? Let me do that. I'm
do
gonna
the
hit
screen
record
record and then share that if you
right
can.
now. Spinning it right now. It's recording.
Don't say the winner.
Yeah,
Ooh, there it is.
there it is. So I don't know if that matters.
All right, so I'm just gonna tell you guys it was MCM. All
Okay.
right. So let me Monte Crypto Man.
Ah,
Yep.
All
So
right.
congratulations.
congratulations, Monte Crypto Man.
That's awesome. Okay, great. Sounds good. We're gonna
All
get
right,
that tech
wonderful. All right, so
better.
next week a whole bunch of things going on. We will have more updates and more prizes, more giveaways. So stay tuned.
All right, thanks everybody. Have a good weekend.
All right, bye now. All information presented on this AMA, technical or otherwise, is subject to change with or without notice at any time. The information is meant to outline general plans and answer questions being asked in real time. As such, the information should not be relied on as the basis for token purchases.